Okay, we got your differential completely tore apart here. You can see there's nothing inside here. You can look right straight through. There's your bearing races and everything. You come out the axle tube. You got your axle seals and your axle bearings inside there. And that's the right side. This is the left side. Somebody has installed what's called an axle saver. And this one has been leaking, and we got a problem there which can be corrected with a new axle and new bearings. But you go over to the bench here where we got everything laid out, and I'll get a close-up view here. Right where my finger is, that line going there, that dull line, that's the axle actually starting to flake apart. That axle's going to need to be replaced. And then we'll go over to the other axle here. And you can see where this one, you can see that the area where my finger is, there's the metal is wore down. The axle is actually wore down quite a bit. That axle is no good. It would have to be replaced also. And then we come to the differential assembly. And on this, you can see right here where my finger is, that housing is busted off right there. There's supposed to be a bearing attached to that, and I'll bring the bearing up into the picture. And you can see the inside of that bearing, there's the other part to your rear differential carrier. It's just busted right off. So that's what actually broke, and not the bearing. That's the bearing we thought that was bad. It's not bad. It needs to be replaced because it's had a whole ton of metal run through it. The big problem is that carrier assembly broke and then allowed it to walk. And then you can see, get this turned around here, you can see all the teeth missing off the differential. All the way across here, all those teeth are missing. And then over on this side, the edges of these two are also missing. And we'll go over to the spider shaft here, the sides and spider gears. That's all of these. And this is what they call a side gear, and then you got your spider gear here. The shaft that goes in between them, and you can see, if I get a real close look at it, this shaft is junk. It's just all scored and wore out, which goes inside the carrier housing right here where my finger is, and that hole is also wallered out. So no matter what, this carrier here I'm touching is junk. It's got to be replaced. It's busted and it's wore out. All the gears in it are wore and broken, and the bearings are full of metal from everything coming apart. So we're going to have to pretty much replace most everything inside of this. So there you have it. And we'll be in touch.